sidelines of this historic G20 summit, there was an announcement made by the United Arab Emirates, an announcement to invest in the African continent, making them the fourth largest direct investor in the African continent, a role that is significant. Let's unpack this now with the Emirati Minister of State in charge of the economy there, Mr. Hajeri. Thank you very much for your time. Let's talk about this new investment that the UAE made in Africa. What does it make up and why was it so important?
Well, it's so important because it reflects UAE values. It's $1 billion investment in AI, and I think it's also chose the right sector, AI. I think Africa is so ready, the youth of Africa are so ready to look at AI and be part of this huge evolution globally. It would touch the people directly, it would touch different sectors, but more specifically, I think, and more impact will touch education. It will help a lot of school, a lot of teachers. I think also there is aspect of it that would touch energy. There's aspect of it that would touch efficiency of government, efficiency of private sector. And yes, UAE is one of the largest investors in Africa because there is a link through the years with Africa. So it's nothing new. Some people make that statement as if it is new. We've been a long-term investor and we've been welcomed in Africa because it feels like a natural progression given the history and given the link with the culture of Africa and the culture of the Arabs.
Let's talk about artificial intelligence and your decision to make a significant investment there. This has been a big talking point of the G20 Summit. South African Minister Ronald Lamola saying that South Africa cannot just, and Africa cannot just be a consumer of AI, that they have to be part of the value chain. Can you give us some specifics of the projects the UAE will be interested in the African continent?
Spot on. I think the 1 billion I mentioned and the focus of UAE of investment in Africa is for Africa to be part of the global evolution and not to be behind. So one of the examples, we have invested in data centers across the African subcontinent, but we also invested in Kenya, data center that link to thermal. So you have data center that is enable AI investment, but you also have it as a renewable. So you're combining both goals and elevating the technology and evolution of AI into a big player like Kenya, but we're doing it also across many countries. This is one aspect of what UAE does. We're also investing in other sectors across Africa.
What are some of the other conversations at the sidelines of the G20 that the UAE is particularly interested in?
You know, I think trade, openness of trade, facilitating free sky, facilitating sustainability and energy investment, helping the people across many of these countries, giving Global South a voice. And some of the investment require huge collaboration between countries. So the requirement of a huge capital commitment requires a multilateral approach to it. So this type of platform, and I congratulate South Africa for being the first African country to host the G20, this gives us a platform where we can actually work with other big players to achieve much bigger goals rather than incremental goals. So I find such platforms are a great platform to utilize it positively and avoid the friction between the countries.
All right, thank you very much. That was the Minister of State in charge of the economy in the United Arab Emirates, Saeed Al Hajeri, talking to us about a big decision made by the UAE to double down on the investment in the African continent, $1 billion across sectors, primarily in artificial intelligence. They are taking or heeding the call rather of investment and not leaving Africa behind in the AI rush. They spoke about data centers, spoke about making breakthroughs in the sectors around the economy. Again, the UAE has not been a stranger to Africa. They are the fourth largest global investor in the continent. They say that they hope to see many other economic giants coming through and investing in the development of the African continent, which is so ripe with opportunity.